Welcome to the Alcohol Beverage Board of St. Mary's County, November 10th, 2021 meeting. As we prepare to open the meeting, here are some guidelines. Public meetings are now open to the public. This public hearing is being televised live on St. Mary's County Government TV 95 and the county's YouTube channel. It will remain available for on-demand viewing on the St. Mary's County Government YouTube channel. Roll call. My name is David Willenborg. I'm the chairman. To my right is Leonard Cole, member. To my far left, Barbara Hill, member. In the audience, we have Tammy Hildebrand, our administrator, Susie Dean, our recording secretary, Kevin Hall, our inspector, and Sergeant Steve Myers. First item on the agenda is to approve the agenda from of today. Do we have a motion to approve today's agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda for today.
I will second that motion.
We have a first, we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Okay, next is going to be our approving the meeting minutes from the 14 October 2021 meeting.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes of October 14, 2021.
Okay, we have one motion to approve the minutes of October 14th. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a second. So Barbara Hill made the initial motion and Mr. Cole seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. It's unanimous. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Old business. Extension of conditional approvals. ABC Liquors and Lounge, Gary and Marie Rugro, requesting 90-day extension of conditional approval of outdoor seating.
And Mr. and Mrs. Rogo have given their son, Matt, permission to speak on their behalf, as he is spearheading this extension of outdoor area.
Mr. Rogo, please come forward. Mr. Cole, would you swear him in?
Yeah. Do you have the, okay, thank you. Raise your right hand, please. Do you hereby declare and affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, please state your name, home address for the record, and have a seat.
Matthew Rogo, 23560 FDR Boulevard, California, Maryland, 20619.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead and present your application.
We're here asking for a 90-day extension on our conditional approval. We are waiting on fencing right now, which should be in, I hope, by the end of the month. I'm being told January 1st would be a worst-case scenario for completing the build-out of the fenced-in area and the blue chip gravel. Mm-hmm. So I think 3 months, I'm praying 3 months we can get this done. The barriers I've already ordered, they're already in place. I'm just literally waiting for the fence right now.
Okay.
How are you all dealing with the back alleyway there?
Good, we haven't had any issues. Those new barricades completely block off the road. They're reflective, so you can see them from, you can see them.
So your customers just exit the back door straight across the...
Yep. Yep, and then we have picnic tables right across.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Where they sit.
Member Hill, any questions?
No questions?
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the requested 90-day extension?
I'll make a motion to approve the 90-day extension for ABC Liquors and Lounge, Gary and Marie Rogo, requesting 90-day extension of conditional approval for outside seating.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Member Hill seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you
Good
very
luck.
much.
Move on to new business. Premise changes, Social Coffee House and Speakeasy. Sean Coogan Jr. requesting continuation of temporary outdoor seating. Please come forward and be sworn in, sir. Mr. Cole?
Yes. Raise your right hand. Do you hereby declare and affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay. State your name, home address for the record. Have a seat.
Sean Coogan, 24420 Hillcrest Drive, Hollywood, Maryland, 20636.
Welcome. Okay, go ahead and present your application, sir.
Just submitting for a continuance of the current seating that we have for just another couple months until we're in the process of relocating. So just trying to keep our seating until we move, or one part of the seating until we move, and the other part is just a temporary spot that the town has given us until January 2nd.
So will you still use the location there in front of David's Flowers?
That's
That's the
what,
temporary one,
that's
right?
the temporary that would be going away January 2nd.
Okay. And then you all are moving to the Dos Amigos location, is that correct?
Yeah, the Duke Building, yep.
Are you going to take over the old bookstore?
Yes.
Okay, so the whole corner block there, correct?
Yep,
Okay, very good.
that's the plan.
I'm assuming then where the bookshop was, that will be the speakeasy as you have it set up across the street?
Mr. Cole, he'll be applying for that hopefully next month, so he'll be able to discuss that with you
Oh,
next
okay.
month. But today,
Okay.
it's just those 2 parking spots.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
just out of curiosity.
I know.
Member Hill?
No questions?
Okay. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we premise changes for the Social Coffee House and Speakeasy, requesting continual of temporary outdoor seating. Until what, January 2nd, you said?
1 spot, January 2nd, 1 spot until he moves.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, Mr. Cole seconds the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yep.
Will I see you tomorrow, Sean? Okay. I mean,
Tomorrow's
Friday,
holiday.
Friday, hon, Friday.
Okay, next is the Board Administrator Report. Tammy?
Okay. You got a long roll there, I'm sorry. All right. I gave you, and I'm sorry I was not able to put a full budget draft together for you, but basically the only thing that we're requesting an increase on this year is for a vehicle lease fee for the last, good Lord, 2 decades, I guess, almost. We've used what we call donor cars, which are retired police cars that are no longer in the recycle bin, but they get used by some other agencies in the county or some other departments in the county. So we've been fortunate enough to have that all these years for our inspector. However, we have been told by transportation, we've had some trouble with our car, and at one point, we weren't sure they would be able to fix it. And if they weren't able to fix it, we would not have, they would not have a replacement for us. So transportation has been telling us probably the last year, we need to get our own vehicle. And then it would go on the replacement list like all other county vehicles, like the sheriff's county vehicles, and it's a 5-year lease fee. So what you're seeing in my request, and it's a very rough estimate, nailing down a price right now it's impossible. So I spoke to procurement, and we spoke about what we were looking for, and we're looking. Our first choice is a small pickup truck with an extended cab, a jumper seat in the back, and a covered bed for when and if we have to, on occasion, we have to confiscate alcohol. And we keep files in the back. The inspector always has files. Now, currently with the officer's car that he has, the old retired police car, they have those, the old Crown Vics have the trunks that go to China. I mean, they're just like, you can fit a house in that trunk. So we had that choice, or we were looking at a midsize SUV. Our first choice is a small pickup. It's just more practical for what we need. But again, it's a guesstimate at that $35,000, and then it's leased out for 5 years, so it would be an annual cost of about $8,100 a year to our budget. So on the back, the first form I give you is the ECC form. The second page, which would normally, that's what the second page our change of summary of changes. If you could see at the very bottom row, first column, it's a 1.83% increase in our budget. And that would be a reoccurring charge. And I'm not sure what happens after 5 years. I haven't gone that far, I'm sorry. But I don't think we don't put the same kind of wear and tear that a police officer vehicle gets. So I'm assuming we're going to be hanging on to, and you guys hang on to them longer than 5 years or certain mileage, correct? Yeah. So I think we probably have it around for quite a bit longer than 5 years.
Will they entertain just the outright purchase of the vehicle instead of a lease?
This is how the county does it. It's through a, they get I mean, I could tell you what, if I want to go buy a brand new Tacoma, there's no way I would even touch one for $35,000. No way.
Well, according to this, if it's a 5-year lease, you're talking $40,000.
I still couldn't touch a brand new Tacoma for that at this point in time. So it's under state contracts, and that's in federal contracts. So that's also why the price is just like ballpark. So it is a deep discount in compared to buying our own, off the line on our own. I know it's a chunk of change, but it is, if the inspector, 75% or better of his time is spent on the road, visiting, doing on-site inspections. During COVID, that was the only way we kept in touch with our licensees to see what was going on, was just he was doing drive-bys and pulling in and kind of monitoring the traffic flow, making sure that they were being compliant. Nobody was going into businesses when the businesses were only allowed to be open for takeout. We make some run rounds. Sometimes we're going to be implementing RAST again, so sometimes we will do on-site trainings for businesses if they want their whole staff trained, which normally we use my pickup truck and fill up my bed with all the equipment and projectors and whatnot to run the show. And that's honestly, even for confiscation of alcohol, I've been called up and had to run down somewhere with my pickup truck, so. I don't know how long old Bessie's going to hang out, but.
What is the next step in this budget process?
I will next month have a full budget for you with our current, what we're going to roll over as our current fees, which none of those fees will be going up. We're not asking for more equipment or anything like that. We roll in the budget that we always have. I have no control over health care costs, health care insurance, workers' comp insurance rates. Those rates we do, I expect workers' comp to be going up across the board, given so many people getting laid off and whatnot during COVID. So I'm sure the county's rates will go up as well. But health insurance, that kind of stuff, I have no control over. So payroll, we have a ballpark, but, you know, if the commissioners approve a cost of living raise, that's on them in April. We won't know about that till after the budget has been approved. But as far as our overhead expenses, those will stay the same.
Well, now, this goes to the county commissioners, and then when will they approve or disapprove?
They approve that when they approve the county budget in April. They have their meeting.
So it's not
in April.
until April that we...
Right, but I need your approval by the January meeting, because then I take all that paperwork and run it up to finance, and they present it to the county commissioners.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, I'm available to the commissioners for any questions they have on our budget specifically during that budget work session that they do between now and March.
Any other questions? Nope. Anything else, Tammy?
Just wanted to mention, I did speak to Chris in regards, like I said, the minutes. Susie and I crunched our brains together to try and put out all the points of the inquiry that were made without giving you a transcript, because they're minutes, not transcripts. Chris did say if the board felt that they wanted transcripts of the inquiry, you could ask for them and we could have that done. But if you're okay with what it is and realize that it's also videotaped, that's up to you. I just wanted to put that out there for you. Okay? One thing on that car as well, just FYI, what I've understood is even though our budget year begins in July, the ordering of that car would not happen until January 2023, earliest. So just FYI on that. Okay? I just almost forgot about that. And sadly, once again, more sad news. We express our condolences for the family of Maria Ruiz. She was the owner of Hacienda Gallavos, and her family also owned Plaza Tolteca and Tacos Hacienda in Callaway. So they lost her late October. So very young, 43 years, the matriarch of the family. So we extend our condolences to the family. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, board inspector report.
You got one?
Oh, Alice did it again. Sergeant Myers, alcohol enforcement coordinator report. Sorry, sir.
You're all right. It's a habit now.
It's a habit.
Let's go. How are y'all? All right, for the October report, I accomplished 8 compliance checks, and with those 8, there was before and after surveillance in the parking lots. There was 19 DUI arrests for the month of October, and I attended 3 meetings and/or training, and there was no violations in reference to the compliance checks. And just a little update on compliance checks. There was the health department's grant in reference to compliance checks is in its final stages of being approved. There was certain things that needed to be corroborated before they can actually send it out, and the financial part. So today we received an email that the final signatures are being completed and therefore we could start. So probably near the end of November and then December timeframes, which is going to call for once a month for a consecutive 9-month run for this grant. And so there's specifics involved, and that should enhance our production in reference to compliance within the county. So that's a good thing, on top of our educational checks and the CAC's education of the green and red tag. So there's all kind of checks and balances in reference to that perspective. So we should be doing all right as a county, and you guys should have a lot of intelligence in reference to how retailers are doing. So looking forward to that. And that's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Okay, now for the Board Inspector report. Mr. Hall?
I'll give you a report for the last 2 months, since I wasn't here last month either. For the last 2 months, I've done 31 inspections. I've had 4 or 5 follow-ups where I've had to go back or doing stuff over the phone with them to get their information. Attended the mailer meetings. Tammy and I took it yesterday, and we worked on the RAS room, trying to get straight for our training, so hopefully we can start that soon, so.
Okay, good.
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Guess we will move on to board members' time. Anybody have anything? No?
Nope.
Nope.
And I did get a response from our attorney. He's probably on his way in. He got hung up the road in DC, so he was on his way. He didn't forget, or so he says.
Very good. Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion that we adjourn the Alcohol Beverage Board meeting held November the 10th, 2021.
Member Hill makes a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Member Cole? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.